Okay, this one's called Human Capital, and I think in terms of industry, corporate governance, it's one of the most valuable assets we can have, and I am not meaning to objectify, only to raise the human capital as something more important than timber, oil, all our raw materials, fresh water, computer parts, and so I'm hoping we will invest in our human capital at the end of the day as part of a global society and within our own nationhood. This is called Human Capital. So beautiful. And I guess this might be what might be redefined as the true capitalism. The true essence of capitalism. When the human resource outweighs all other. You hear that, AI makers? And U of T top percentage students? If they soft down to Silicon Valley for their big paychecks and cushy jobs, holding their grade point averages up on a bulletin board for all display. Oh, our Canadian sons. I encourage you to get fired. I did hear that some companies are really getting into the AI side of things and the robotics, and they are some pretty big giant companies. Just reminding you of the human capital aspect, you capitalists. And you former students of higher learning. Oh, precariously balanced there. So if it topples over, I'm so sorry. It's really big ducty thing. Oh, I'm slowly strapped with gravity. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a snippet from my book. I think we will kind of enjoy that. You want to do that? Porphyry Tree by John comes in. And this is volume 2 of 2. Volume 1 is out and about, hopefully gathering some expressions. My good friend is looking after that. Very nice. And he seems to be enjoying it, so thank you, Jim. So I'm going to turn to this one, where it says, oh dear. Okay, death, a Machiavellian premix for success. He leans over and whispers to the reptile in the glass cage. Obviously, that is the complicated villain. Whoa. Ah, he so loves the classic tales of kings and princes in the history of this world. I feel hate, strong and human, consuming my essence for the first time, and it scares me. I hear sense compassion. The hats, beings, my kind, and I return to calm, return to the telling. My colleagues from the I universe do not edit out my response. The spoke, including the edit hats, rose. Pi rings for the maid, speaking to her in her language. Te ven muy bien, he says. I'm sorry, this is very Spanish. Gracias, senor, she says, eyes lowered. Cuánto cuesta, si? His eyes focus on the pile of ashes, and he gestures for a sweep. She scurries out, yanking unceremoniously at her skirt hem. She returns, brandishing a metal dustpan on a long pole and a broom held firmly in each hand. She drags her feet across the floor, eyes glancing nervously, first at the lizard, immobile, and then to the gentleman, standing She has seen him doing this often. She's even gone as far as explaining to her best friend that she is sure the ear actually tilts and has become slightly dislodged at one time or another. Her friend had offered her some Valium and a cup of chamomile tea in response. Sharing meds. Is this the warm side? The heart of humans? I'm learning too slowly. So, of course, he's an alien. And he's not a very nice one, obviously, because he's starting to be fascinated with the idea of death. Not necessarily his. All right, welcome to the School of the Mind. Unfortunately, the display that I set out, though very politely, was removed. I did get to stay for a day, and I did have the chance to pick up, in fact, a Japanese art book went in there, and also the Collisions of Worlds book, which ended up being about, in fact, art. So it all tied in beautifully. And then I had the fabric and the yellow tape, as well as the Windows series, which I'm just trying to find a home for. So, pretty good experiment. I did get a chance to at least have it out for a little bit and had a nice conversation with some people while I was sitting it out. So here we are, just waiting for it to warm up. There we go. All right, so let's get this show on the road, shall we? I didn't bring my tripod, and my camera is precariously balanced on the ledge there using gravity. I have the yellow tape in the strap so that it's actually poised perfectly. And I thought I'd give you a new perspective on the keys. So I'll just be quiet now and warm up. I really should cut my nails. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's try another shorter piece for you. See if we can do that. Sounds like when you're kind of got your mouth full and you're like chewing, breathing. Actually sounds like a monster. Okay, what do we call that? Let's call that chewy. I don't know. You can, well, yeah, it's just the sound. And Anima would be a chewy. That's just the name of the song. You can tell when you're kind of lapsing on any kind of real word to give a title to a song. But this is really off the cuff and just having a lot of fun. So yeah, you can edit that if you want to. Nice. Alright, I went out to the library and I picked up Demonic, How the Liberal Mob is Endangering America. Well, the right-wingers are going to like this one. It's by Ann Coulter, and let's check the year on it. The whole concept of demonizing is really interesting. I don't mean that from the point of view of anything occult. I mean just the concept of, when we get really negative over a certain thing and we spiral around that negative idea, and then it soon becomes something that might have been very beautiful, turned ugly quite easily. So our this perfectly human, not so particularly good trait of demonizing concepts or demonizing subject areas or people or all that stuff. So this is 2011, and it's been in the United States. Library of Congress catalog, Crown Forum. So there we go. And Crown Forum is the publisher. Here we go. So let's go up here. In lieu of religious holidays, which were banned, the revolutionaries put on fetes of reason, with parades, dances, and public burnings of the symbols of nobility on a scale as never before. Wow. The first and most spectacular of these pagan rituals was held in November 1793 in the Notre Dame Cathedral, or as it was renamed, the Temple of Reason. The words to philosophy were carved into the facade of the magnificent Gothic cathedral. Stripped of crucifixes and other religious insignia, its altar was renamed the Altar of Reason, decorated with broken crowns and a shredded Bible. Whoa! That's pretty strong rebellion language, wouldn't you say? Whoa! It was an ACLU fantasy come true. As a special highlight, Madame Momoro, a nun turned prostitute, oh dear, portrayed the goodness of reason at the pagan festival of reason and paraded through the cathedral for all to worship. 4 months later, the goddess of reason was guillotined. Whoa. Fauché, Saint-Just, Ferrer, the very revolutionaries who had propelled Moreau's accents as a goddess to celebrate an end to religion, were on hand to applaud her beheading. Whoa, so sounds like for a fête de raison, it sounded pretty unreasonable, don't you think? Yeah, celebrating reason by putting a prostitute, who was once a nun, up for the emblem of reason to be followed and admired, and then, right after that, beheading her. So that poor woman was such a victim from the moment of nun to prostitute to beheaded. Grant you, she possibly made some bad choices, but when it's so virulent like that, there's often a scapegoat or a weaker entity or personality that will do just about anything once they've been fired up in this way, or because they're given to believe that they're helping the cause. And I always feel sorry for those people that end up in those kind of traps, hoping they don't, because we do use people sometimes. People do get manipulated easily. It's sad, especially when there's such a chaos as this. Wow, shredded Bibles, and whoa, jeez. I don't think there's a lot of reason in all of that. Looks like they were just anti-religion. And often there's been the battle between spirituality and reason. And I personally, as a reasoning person, have always made it out to be, in my own mind, that there is, of course, a spiritual essence to people. And so we celebrate it, or we search and quest based on that essence in ourselves, but that we are also highly capable of being enlightened and informed. And so melding or mosaicing those facets of our being together in a way that's balanced miraculously, if we're going to talk about it, can be achieved, I think. But certainly I would say it's not easy, and especially if you're having all this chaos coming out here, oh my, then it gets rather radical and pretty voluminous. And then everyone gets caught up, and sometimes the point gets lost, and someone gets their head off. Ooh, scary. All right, let's read a little bit more. That was page 119. So let's go now to page 161. And it says, when war is necessary, it is a grave error to think that one can reach the same aims by weaker means. Okay, that's the complicated piece. And so something as big as our freedom of expression or our right to vote or our equality factors, those are the things we sometimes have to fight for. Especially when we see human rights abuses, like recently we saw a new kind of weaponry using, I call it bioweapons, and I don't mean bioweapons as in injecting a germ, I mean as in a psychological kind of hit to the rest of the nation. And this wonderful 22-year-old young man who only was saying that he was protesting a propaganda sign in North Korea, and for that he was absolutely tortured and sent, and they finally, one of the international community members went in to get him, and it turned out he came back a vegetable, and it's a horrible horror story, and I know you have read about it, and I think that there are human rights just travesties all the time. And I also believe that sometimes a person is often reduced to a message in a bottle. It's the most horrible kind of communications, and it's very dehumanizing. And sometimes it's a way of one country showing another that it's got more than weapons. And so I hope the international community is going to say no to this kind of dehumanization, because the scale was so completely horrific and off base. And it wasn't just a life, it was the whole symbolism of it. Some things are just not meant to happen like that and should never be allowed to. Because we all have to take responsibility when something of that nature occurs on our globe, if that's what globalization means. It does. All right, so though decided throughout the land and in a Neil Young song, the shooting at Kent State soon put an end to the student riots. Student radicals had never imagined anyone would fail to praise them, much less shoot at them. Taken in by the establishment, they were instantly commercialized, hailed as idealists, and then most of them headed off to law school and university jobs. Consider the complete absorption of Weatherman member Kathy Boudin into the liberal elite of this country. Truly psychotic, radical behavior was the only thing Kathy Boudin had left to impress her father when she couldn't get into a top-notch law school, as described by Susan Brody in her book Family Circle, The Boudins and the Aristocracy of the Left. Poor Kathy had terrible board scores. First she couldn't get into Oberlin, then she couldn't get into Yale. She was terrified of losing her place as her father, Leonard's most cherished offspring. Her brother, Michael Michael, the Republican, had nearly perfect board scores and would go on to graduate magna cum laude from Harvard, attend Harvard Law School, where he was the president of the Law Review back when it meant something, and work for the Reagan administration. Today, he is a federal liberals court judge appointed by the first President Bush. The only path Kathy had to impress her radical lawyer father was to be more insane than he. Well, that's interesting, and it wouldn't be easy. Bowden Pear was a member of a communist front group, holy cow, the National Lawyers Guild, and it represented Fidel Castro and Soviet spies. Oh, this is all really convoluted. I'm the lawyer for the revolutionary government of Cuba. My destination is my office at Harvard Law School. All right, so I guess they're saying again, they're talking about how powerful a liberal movement, not the liberals, our government, a libertine movement can be, in that it certainly is the antithesis of a purely conservative. So I guess here we go, back into the middle. And a lot of people feel that over-the-top radicalism, I guess they call it liberal here, is more of a danger than a help. I think that's what they're saying. More of a danger than a help. Whether or not the Karen girl was actually trying to fight for her rights in a society that was overly conservative would be the question. I have no idea about Harvard or Yale or any of those places because I have never applied and I've never been there. But there's often the question about private school culture or high-end school cultures of this nature. Are they still in touch with ordinary people and the concerns of their fellow Democrats? Or are they in the high tower? That's always been the question. And so I don't think it's anything new to ask that, but I think it's something we constantly do. So I'm not going to get into the whole radical or liberal or way at this end left or way at this end right and all the pockets and tensions that creates, and whether one person deserves something more than another because they conform to the board's requirements for getting in a place, and the other one is some kind of loony or something was wrong with them because they just really didn't measure in the same way, by the same form that was needed, because some are really more of a cookie cut out that really can be placed quite easily into a Harvard system, I would say, or any school, and there's others that learn not quite that way and aren't going to be able to conform to that, but still require an education of sorts or an intellectual challenge, I guess. I don't know the story. I don't know, but it was a while back, and I'm sure there may be some problems with a woman, possibly. The fact that she was a woman and had a different approach to learning. I don't know. I'm always very cautious about anything like that. Because I do understand the independent styles of learning. I just think one is getting their chance. And sometimes doors are closed shut, and sometimes doors are open that aren't. I think I'm not going to put any of this part on because I'm just rambling away and I don't think it's interesting to you. We are welcoming CBC to London, and I just spoke to a gentleman, and we decided that the perspectives that they will give to our community of London, Ontario, will be quite enormous. Well, the one that I was talking to. Of course, we have a little conflict with the London Free Press, who we all love, and so hopefully they can get together and, there'd be enough news and excitement for everyone. So we're really excited to welcome them here. You can see is a good turnout. 4 to 7 they've been here, and they have donuts and all kinds of people. And they're just doing a weather report right now that I'm kind of talking along with, doing a bit of a mashup here, because it's mostly warm
In the weather
inside
forecast for
this
southwestern
location, and there's
Ontario
many
tonight,
chairs
partly
along
cloudy.
here, and
There's
the
a
chairs
40%
are
chance
black,
of
although
showers
the
this
clouds can
evening,
be
and after midnight
very
with
interesting
risk of a
colors
thunderstorm
and
and a
all
low of
different.
19.
And then there's no
Saturday's
thunderstorms
calling
inside this
for a mix of
vicinity,
sun
but
and
there's lots
cloud.
of great
Morning
lighting,
wind
and there's
will gust to
donuts
40
over there,
kilometers an
and
hour.
lots of
The
happy
high near
people
29,
being able to
but it'll
experience
feel
their
like
real
37
weather
with humidex, chance of showers
explanation
and thunderstorms tomorrow
live.
night.
So that's
Below
pretty
near
cool.
20. Here's Terry McKee with a look at our local
So
news.
hello.
Thanks, Chris.
There we go.
Jamie
I'm
Gardner
gonna
has
just
been
take
found
off my
guilty of
camera
making
now
and possessing
and just
child
fade back
pornography.
here
Gardner is
into
the former
the
teacher
side
from Ashley Oaks Elementary
and take
School in
in
London. He
everything
placed a
along with
backpack
everyone
a
else.
camera in it in a
Just
staff
can see
change
here.
room.
I
One
just
of his
came to the
victims
library
was a
with
16-year-old
composing a
co-op
few
student.
pieces, and then I thought I'd just drop by and see where all the action is about here. CBC is one of my personal favorites, and read, and literacy is awesome. Wow, free education is cool. I like that one. Okay, over now.